afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Carla Pollara, and along with my co-counsel, Professor Foltz, we represent Robert Flynn. I'd first like to thank you for taking the time to be here today. I know serving on a jury isn't always the most fun job, but it certainly is an important one, and we appreciate your attention today. Plaintiff just had the opportunity to tell you their version of the events that happened that night. Now I'm going to tell you the rest of the story. You see, this case is not about what happened at a football game or the Pink Dolphin. This case comes down to what happened at the intersection of Central Avenue and 4th Street. What happened in that split second that Robert Flynn was put in an unexpected and sudden emergency situation. And in that moment, he acted like any one of us would have done. The evidence will show you that on November 7th, 1997, Robert and his wife Marilyn were traveling home. They were taking Central Avenue northbound. Robert lived right off of Central Avenue at the AEG house. He had no reason to turn right onto any street. Central Avenue was a straight shot home for him. As he was approaching 4th Street, they had the green light. Yet as they got into that intersection, all of a sudden, a dark vehicle came up on Robert's left side, coming just inches away from hitting him. And what did he do in that moment? He did what any reasonable person would have done. He attempted to get out of the way. He attempted to avoid an accident and a potential life or death situation. He made an instinctual move to sharply turn right to avoid the face of danger from that red light runner coming on 4th Street. When he took that right, he saw Mr. Eleazar right in front of him, in the middle of the road, almost at midnight, on a bicycle. Now, Robert's going to take the stand today, and he's going to talk to you, and he's going to explain to you exactly what happened. And he's going to tell you that he did everything in his power to avoid that accident. But unfortunately, there was nothing he could do. This was a no-win situation, ladies and gentlemen. He did run back to the AEG house, as plaintiff counsel has already explained to you. And the reason why is in 1997, we didn't have cell phones. That was the closest location that he could travel to in order to call for help. And he did just that. He immediately called for help, and 911 told him to sit tight and wait there until an officer arrived. And that's what he did. You're going to hear from Sergeant Anderson, who was the lead investigator in this case. And I ask you to pay close attention to his testimony. You'll learn that our client was acquitted of the criminal charges that are surrounding the exact facts that we're here today to discuss civilly. And Sergeant Anderson has strong feelings about that acquittal. So you as the jury can pay attention to his demeanor. Pay attention and notice if he has any bias towards our client. And if he's looking at this civil case as his opportunity to right that wrong, to fix the fact that he got off the hook in the criminal trial. So please pay attention while he's up on the stand. You're also going to learn that Mr. Eleazar had a few drinks before he got on his bike and rode in the middle of the road at almost midnight. We don't dispute what happened on this evening was a tragedy. Yet Robert Flynn did everything he possibly could, everything that he could have done in that moment, and he did what his instincts told him to do. He did what any reasonable person would have done. Now, the plaintiff bears the sole burden in this case to prove to you that our client failed to use reasonable care. And what that basically means is that they need to show to you that Robert Flynn acted in a manner that a reasonably careful person would not have acted. And we submit to you that they are not going to be able to live up to that burden. And we as the defense technically don't need to prove anything to you. But we will prove to you that in that moment, in that sudden emergency situation, Robert Flynn acted reasonably.